Hello everyone, welcome to Nilanjana's exclusive English lessons. My name is Nilanjana Sarkar and I create content for ICSE, ISC and also CBSE on this channel. So I hope all of you are doing well. And this is finally the last and final part of Act 1, Scene 3. And I hope all of you have already listened to the videos which I had published earlier. And if not, this is the link of the playlist. So please go and watch all the videos of Act 1 which are already published on my channel. And yes, if you find it valuable and helpful, do not forget to subscribe and share the videos with your friends, because if you share, your friends will also be benefit. And yes, I'm really excited to announce my channel membership, which is now open. You can access that on my channel. You will see a join button. So those who wish to stay connected with me, let's build a community together. And yes, you can go and take access of the channel membership. And yes, more exciting offers are coming on. For online classes, do drop a mail in this address. And yeah, without wasting much time, let's dive in and begin the last and final part of Act 1, Scene 3. So here, let me give you a little brief about Act 1, Scene 3. Now, we can already understand that this takes place in a street in Rome where Casca encounters Cicero. Who is Cicero? He's a senator. He's also a writer and orator. And he informs him about the unusual omens he has seen. And he also interprets them as an indication of an impending civil war. Cicero leaves the place, and Cassius after this quickly enters, and he draws Casca into the plot to kill Caesar. That was all we had already completed in the last video. Now in this part, the last and final part of Act 1, Scene 3, we see Cinna, who is also another conspirator. He enters the scene, and Cassius informs Casca that Brutus is leaning towards their cause and he will soon join the conspiracy against Caesar. So this is what happens in the final part of Act 1, Scene 3. Let's begin. Enter Cinna. Casca, stand close a while, for here comes one in haste. So Casca tells that, let us hide because somebody is coming here really in haste. So we can understand that Cinna was actually hurrying. And for that, Casca was not able to understand that who was it. So Cassius corrects him and tells, it's Cinna. I do know him by his gait. I do know from the way he is walking. Gait means the style of his walking. He's a friend, so don't worry. He's a friend means he's an ally. He's just like one of us. Cinna, where haste you so? Why are you in a hurry? Cinna, to find out you. Who's that? Metellus. So Cinna tells, yeah, I'm actually looking for you. And then he couldn't understand Casca because Casca was trying to hide in the darkness. And he says, who's that? Is that Metellus? Who is Metellus? He is also one of the conspirators. And that's the reason here Cinna is trying to find him out. Because if you remember, all of them had decided to wait for Cassius to discuss the proceedings of the enterprise, the mission, and they are all waiting at Pompey's court. Cassius, no, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. So it is Casca, don't worry, he's just one of us. He's also our friend and ally. So there's no need to be scared of him. Am I not stayed for Cinna? So Cassius is asking, are they waiting for me? He's just trying to verify that people have gathered or not, and are they waiting for him or not? Cinna, I am glad on it. What a fearful night is this. There is 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights. So here he tells, Cinna is actually a little scared because as we know that night, there were a lot of strange things which were visible. So there were a lot of supernatural things that were visible, which we again had already discussed, if you remember, that a lion was seen walking on the streets and many things were reported. So Cinna is telling the same thing, that it's such a scary night, and 2 or 3 of us, we have seen strange sights which are unusual. Strange sights refers to unusual happenings. When Cassius doesn't get a reply, he again repeats the same question. Am I not stayed for? Are they waiting for me? Tell me. Because he's very eager to know that how many of them have gathered and how much successful he can be in the mission that's already working behind his mind. Cinna, yes, you are, O Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party. See, again, everybody has the same intention. Everybody thinks that if Brutus joins their conspiracy, that would be a great thing for them. Cassius, handing him papers, be you content, good Cinna, take this paper, and look you lay it in the praetor's chair where Brutus may but find it. Now Cassius gives him a task. So what is the task he gives him? He gives him some papers as he had planned. Okay, if you remember the last part. So good Cinna, take this paper. He's giving him the task of putting those papers in the praetor's chair. Now, who's a praetor? A praetor is one of the most powerful positions in the government. Caesar loved Brutus, so therefore Brutus was a praetor. Like Caesar had declared Brutus to be a praetor. It's like one of the most very influential and important positions, officials of the government. And where Brutus may find it. So you have to go and put it on his chair where Brutus will find it and throw this in at his window. And how you will throw it? Through his window. Set this up with wax upon old Brutus' statue. So here he tells him that not only that, you will also set this up. You will take this, this is a fake letter. All right. So what he tells is that you have to attach this letter to old Brutus' statue using wax. Now, why he is asking them to do? Basically asking him to do? Because he wants that this letter should be discovered by Brutus, and not only Brutus, the people of Rome. And it is likely that the letter would be placed in such a way that it would be visible to anyone who approached the statue. How? You can say that it would be attached to the pedestal of the statue, or somewhere it should be placed in such a manner that everybody comes to take note of it. Somebody passing by might notice the letter is somewhere, it's sticking out from underneath the statue, and then they would be curious enough to investigate. So this is the reason he tells him that place it with wax on old Brutus's statue. Now, old Brutus's statue refers to a statue of Brutus. It's a historical figure from ancient Rome. He also played a significant role in the establishment of the Roman Republic. All this done, repair to Pompey's spot where you shall find us. So once you have done everything, return to Pompey's spot. And then he asks, is Decius, Brutus, Trebonius, are they there? So are they also waiting? All these again, I repeat, they are all the conspirators. Cinna, all but Metellus Cimber. So he tells everybody else is there except Metellus Cimber, because he is gone. Metellus Cimber has gone to seek you at your house, to find you at your house. Well, I will hie and so bestow these papers as you bade me. So I will go and I will follow your instructions. I will do as you have instructed me. Bade me means you have asked me, instructed me, and I will put these papers. Cassius, that done, repair to Pompey's theater. So once you have completed the task, repair to Pompey's theater. Cinna exits. Come, Casca, you and I yet day see Brutus at his house. So you and I will go and see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yield him ours. Now, this is very important. Please mark this line in your textbook. It can be given as a reference to the context. So what does he say here? He says that 3 parts of Brutus, in the sense that more than half Brutus is already convinced, persuaded to join the conspiracy. Only a little bit is left. And the man entire, upon the next encounter, the next meeting that we have, he will be at our side completely. Yields him ours means he is completely surrender. Yield means surrender. He will completely surrender to our mission, our enterprise, and our job will be done. Casca. Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts. Again, what opinion people have about Brutus is very clearly portrayed here. Casca tells that he sits high. People have a lot of respect and esteem for Brutus, and that which would appear offense enough, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness. Again, very important lines. I would ask all of you to underline. This can be given as a reference to the context once again. What does it tell here? He tells that which would appear offense in us means the task that we have all undertaken, that would appear as a crime in the eyes of the common people if Brutus is not by our side. Because of course, killing, assassinating one of the most popular leaders of Rome is going to be seen as a crime, a heinous crime. However, if Brutus is with us, if Brutus were to join their cause, what would happen is his presence was going to give the task a noble and a very honorable outlook. And there's a comparison with alchemy. Now, what's alchemy? Alchemy is basically known to turn base metal into gold. Like if you can transform base metal into gold. Gold is a very valuable, a precious metal. Alchemy has the power to transform base metals into gold. So here the comparison appears to be in this way, that if Brutus is with them, their task, the enterprise, the mission that they have taken will be getting a noble, honorable outlook, because Brutus's presence to join the conspiracy against Caesar will make it seem that whatever the conspirators are doing, they're doing it for the good of Rome. They're all patriots, they're all honorable people, and they all love Rome. Brutus's presence would make this enterprise look virtuous, which otherwise would have been like a crime and worthless. Cassius, him and his worth and our great need of him, you have right well conceded. So him and his worth, the way you have evaluated his value, his worth, worth over here refers to Brutus's value, his regard, the way you have evaluated and the way you have understood the fact, it's very well done. You have right well conceited, means you have correctly assessed him. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will awake him and be sure of him. So they are all planning to go and meet Brutus and convince him in the last and final turn, where they are very sure that Brutus will join this. So now he tells, let us go, because it is after midnight and before day. Ere day means before day. We will awake him and we will also be sure of his intention of joining the conspiracy, which they already know that it's almost done. Only a little part is left. 3/4 of Brutus is already with them. Now, the remaining, which is again very negligible, is just needed. It has to be convinced. So this brings us to the end of Act 1, Scene 3, the last and final part of Act 1, Scene 3. And yes, we have completed Act 1. I know a lot of videos are already there in the playlist. So have fun, go and watch the videos, learn them nicely, explore, and more videos are yet to come. Act 2 will be uploaded shortly. And that's all. And if you like the video, I keep on telling, do subscribe, do share the videos, because that will motivate me to create more videos like this. And yes, also I wanted to tell you that there are a lot of courses available. I have a wonderful ebook. The link is in the description box. And also there are courses on tense, writing skills. So please do check out those courses because they are quite beneficial and many have already taken advantage of that. With that, let me bid adieu and have a nice day. Let's meet again soon.